Hello everyone, how are you all today? I hope you are doing well at home. Welcome back to my class. So as we are discussing ninth lesson, a tiny seed, let us complete the remaining part of the textbook. So see bit, underline the words that answer the question when. First is I will come back soon. So when you should come? You should come soon. So here soon tells us about when, at what time. Okay, nothing but soon. You have to underline soon. Second, we are going to Darjeeling tomorrow. So when are you going? Tomorrow. So tomorrow you have to underline. Third, yesterday I went to visit Mohit. When did you went? So you went yesterday. So you have to underline yesterday. Fourth, you must exercise daily. Daily is adverbs and you have to underline. It tells us about when. Fifth, it looks like it will rain tonight. Here tonight is nothing but adverbs of time. Okay, when. Next, sixth one, I finished my homework, then I went to play. Here then, adverbs of time. Okay, you have to underline them. Next is debit. Complete these sentences with the correct words from the box. Here are the help box for you and you have to select the correct one. First is I slept dash last night. I slept late, L-A-T, late. Yes, very good. Second one, it was my birthday dash. It was nothing but it already completed. So what you have to use? Yesterday. Third, the show will begin in an hour. We must leave dash or we will be late. We must leave now. It is talking about the present. Okay, so we have to use now. Next, fourth is I eat fruits dash every day. Fifth, I go to bed dash as I have to wake up at 6 a.m. early. So do you go to bed early? Okay, very good. Sixth, I am not going to school dash because it is a holiday. I am not going to school tomorrow because it is a holiday. Okay, now comes vocabulary. Wangari never gave up. To give up means to stop doing something. It is a phrasal verb. We know the meaning of give and up separately, right? But when they come together, their meaning is slightly different. So children, this vocabulary is related to phrasal verbs. Here phrasal verbs, what do you mean by phrasal verbs here? Phrasal verbs is nothing but it is a combination of 2 or 3 words from the different grammatical categories, such as verb with an adverb or a preposition. It forms phrasal verb. For example, look after. If I say look after, here look nothing but verb and after is nothing but preposition. If we combine these two, verb and the preposition, then it will be getting phrasal verb. Okay. So the rule will be main verb should be there and plus adverb should be there. Then it will be becoming phrasal verbs, right? One more, main verbs plus preposition, it gives phrasal verb. Here main verb plus adverb plus preposition, it also gives phrasal verb. So some of the phrasal verbs he has given dry, nothing but verb, and up is nothing but preposition. Verb plus preposition, it forms phrasal verbs. It gives other meaning such as to no longer have water. Dry up, nothing but to no longer have water. Cheer up, to stop feeling sad. You can feel happy. Okay. Grow up, nothing but to change from being a baby to being a child or an adult. Heat up, nothing but to make something hot. Clean up, to make a place tidy. Hurry up, to do something quickly. You can use these phrasal verbs in the informal conversation also. Okay? If you be perfect and you know the meaning, you can use it. Now, here we can see one of the bit. Complete these sentences with the correct phrasal verbs. First one, tell Pawan to dash or else he will miss his bus. Nothing but answer is hurry up. You can use from this one. Second, the child stopped crying and dash when her father gave her some ice cream. Nothing but cheered up. She stopped crying and she felt happy. Next, third, dash the food that is in the fridge and put it on the table. Heat up the food, okay, to make the food hot. Fourth, the rivers had dash because the village had not received rain for many years. Dried up is the answer. Fifth, we are having guests today. Please dash the mess you have made. Nothing but clean up. Next, the tiny kitten dash up to be a handsome cat. Nothing but grew up. Okay? Now, let us see the speaking part. Here, speaking bit is work in pairs and role play the telephone conversation from the listening section of Unit 8. So, children, you have to take out page number 107 of 8th lesson, and as you can see here, 8th lesson listening part, page number 107, okay? So, here is the telephonic conversation between two friends, or else you can use between you and your sister. So, here tennis coach and Geeta, two persons are talking on a telephone. So, let us see what they are talking. Tennis coach is saying, hello, may I speak Sneha please? Then Geeta says, hello, may I know who is calling? The tennis coach is saying, I am her tennis coach Shahana. Geeta said, Sneha is not at home. I am her younger sister Geeta. Would you like me to pass on a message to her? Then tennis coach says, will you please tell her that there is no practice tomorrow? Then Geeta says, yes, I will definitely let her know. Is there anything else that you would like me to tell her? And tennis coach says, that will be all. Thank you, Geeta. Geeta says, you're welcome. Goodbye. So this is the telephonic conversation. Okay. So you have to practice this telephonic conversation. Well, children, now writing part. In the text, we have read that Wangari Maathai worked very hard to do something difficult and fulfill her dreams. So, you have to write a short paragraph on how you did something that you thought was very difficult. So, if you want to do something, you want to fulfill your dreams. So, what you are going to do, how you will fulfill your dreams and how it is difficult to you, you have to write a short paragraph of 4-5 lines. So here are the hints for you. What was the difficult thing that you have to do? What is the difficult thing you have to do? You have to write. Then how did you do it? Next is how did you feel when you finished it? Okay? So these are the hints you have to use, and please do it in a homework book. Okay? Here is the picture talk. Look at this picture. This picture is not necessary, just for your understanding. What do you see in the picture and what kind of creatures do you think you will find there? Okay? No need to learn this B and C bit. Here is the project work for you children. Look up the different forests. You have to select any one of the forest name and you have to pick the pictures of the trees, birds and animals that are found in the forest. Okay, and you have to paste the pictures on the chart paper. Okay, write the heading name of the forest, then paste the pictures of the trees, birds, then you have to mention the names. At least 5 names should be there. Okay, and write your name and submit. Well, that's all for today. Take care. Bye bye.